Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another amazing episode of the Pitchside Podcast. And as usual, the lineup is amazing. Donna, how are you doing?
I'm good, thanks. And you, sir?
Oh,
how are you, champ?
See you, man. Champ is amazing. eh? And the most decorated. Yeah, we should actually
of them all.
Darkest of them all, the most decorated.
You need to keep it at D. Dark and decorated.
D squared. Welcome to the Pitchside Podcast.
Thank you for hosting me.
Yeah, we appreciate you giving us your time. You know you're a busy man.
Yeah,
Dennis, let's start right there with the D squared, dark and most decorated.
Yeah.
What does that mean to you?
I appreciate it because, of course, it's not easy.
Yeah.
It also involves longevity. Longevity, I'm speaking the right English,
Yeah.
yes. So
Don't
the
worry, we'll
longer
correct you.
the longer I stay in the game, the more I collect these trophies, and I think I'm also at the right club where trophies are a demand every season. So it also gives me the opportunity to have trophies at the end of the season. So for me, it's an honor to be here and being able to lift these trophies.
Yeah. And there's also, I just also want to maybe go back a little bit, not a little bit, but a long time ago.
Yeah.
So when we were signed by Supersport, we were signed at the same time. So when Denis arrived, he arrived with a plastic bag. He had no bag, with flip flops and jeans.
Yeah.
Did you ever picture your career in South Africa for being this long, since we're speaking of longevity, and also to achieve such? Because I remember when we were all coming into Supersport trying to figure things out as young players. Did you ever picture your career like this?
No, not really, because all I wanted was to play football and, of course, to stay as long as I can. But I didn't see these trophies coming my way. But as I started with one trophy at Supersport, and I started believing that it's possible, but I never had a target of winning, let's say, 10, 20 trophies. And for me, that's why I say it's an honor to be part of a group and a club which is always demanding for trophies. So it gives me an opportunity to win trophies. But when I arrived in South Africa, all I wanted was to play football and enjoy myself. But as time went on, I started looking at a bigger picture, and that's to win trophies and making it possible for other youngsters.
Yeah. Dennis, having signed in 2011, I'm correct, right?
Yes.
Your journey at Sundowns hasn't been smooth sailing all along. I mean, you did have loan spells in it. What then says to you that every time, maybe when you go out on a loan spell, that I need to perform a little bit harder to make sure that when I get back to Klorkop, I can be reckoned with, I can also fight for my spot?
Yeah, look, there's no smooth journey. Even when you drive probably on the freeway, it will never be smooth. You'll find a little bit of a bumpy road, and these are the challenges you face also in football. And for me, when I went on loan, I'd already seen the other side of football, where I got relegated with Black Aces. And then here I am going on loan after staying 2 years without playing football completely. But I was training at Sundowns. But when a team sends me on loan, it says to me that we want you to have game time. We still value you, but we want you to go out there and get more game time, as we also look at the keepers that we have. And I think that's what happened with me when I went to Bidvest. I had to fight and come back to Sundowns because the vision was big. And I didn't want to be in a space where I play for a team that is also going to be giving me challenges that I faced when I was at Aces, because I know what happens when you get relegated. Sometimes you struggle to get a new contract somewhere, but the club was willing to bring me back, but I had to fight. I had to fight my way back, because Tembas went on loan to the same Aces that I was at and got relegated, and he did extremely well. He's the club captain right now, and the national team looks at him. If he's not there, the team struggles, and he gives them the play. So Pesitao went on loan to Witbank Spurs. Yeah, and he came back. He won the Champions League, and he went to Europe. And so a loan doesn't mean that it's the end of your career or your life. You go out there and give your best, and you come back to the club and continue with your journey. So for me, it was a lesson that you can never give up regardless of the situation.
Yeah. But you need to be mentally strong, right? And I think that takes us to the next step in our conversation is where did you get the strength from? Because I cannot believe that you're signed for a team, you're sent out on loan, you come back for 2 years, you don't play, you're sent out on another loan, then you have to come back to the team again and be in the positive mind to say, I'm back here where I was supposed to be all along, and I'm going to fight again. So where do you then pull the strength from? Who's your support system?
Of course, it's never easy.
Yeah.
A lot of players go on loan, and it might be the end of them coming back because they keep sending you on different loan spells, and sometimes you might not be fitting in the system of the club or
at the time.
At the time, or the coach. So, but the club still looks at you and values you. They're hoping that you will come back at a certain point. So for me, it was more of having the right people around and looking after myself, because you'll find someone who will tell you, no, but you're one of the best. Why are they sending you on loan? But my people around kept on pushing me to keep fighting, because I mean, when you come at the club, which is one of the best, you don't want to leave. You want to stay here as long as you can. And I wanted to go out there, do my thing, and then come back, because the club still valued me. So for me, I think the people that were around me really helped me to stay at the club this long, because they knew what I can do, and they supported me when I struggled and when things were right.
And in this 13 years, at no stage did you ever think of saying, maybe I must get a transfer request here and go try my luck elsewhere?
I never thought of asking for a transfer request, because I had seen the other side of the coin.
Yes.
I was at SuperSport, I won trophies, and eventually the club sold me to Black Aces, and I got relegated with Black Aces from winning 3 league titles in a row. And then you go to a club where you get relegated, and then I got sold to Sundowns. I never played for 2 years, and then sent me on loan to Bidvest. So I didn't want to go into the other direction. I wanted to stay here and try and fight for my position, and I had the right people around me, even at the club, because when I went on loan, we played a friendly with Sundowns, and the goalkeeper coach, who was John Ebarola by that time, said, you still have the qualities to come back. You just need to stay focused and fight. Because even when I left, I thought I had a chance to play, but the club had something different for me. So I believed, and I gave my best and came back from the loan.
And also it comes back to that point, Snaves, that we forever speak about players, that at times you need to be coachable.
Yes.
And I remember as well when Denis was still in and out of the team, when he came back now, when he started staying, he had real competition. You know? And I looked at the coach that he speaks about, Coach John. They started recording their training sessions. Back then, they started recording their training sessions as to how then they need to improve as a team. And that's when we started trying to play from the back. So Denis now had to unlearn the other things that he learned from different teams.
Yeah.
But also SuperSport, under governor died. Yeah.
And I never used even to kick past the halfway line.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He couldn't kick the ball. So then what I also remember is I could start seeing now Denis becoming this different goalkeeper.
Yeah.
A beast that I saw when he first came to South Africa. But in South Africa, when he came, he was a shot stopper. You couldn't score him. But then he couldn't start. We couldn't start from the back because he was incapable of playing from the back. But when he started coming in and being coachable, as much as he has trophies still, and he comes to a team that he hasn't won trophies for a while.
Yeah.
We have players that wants to come and win the trophies. I think at the time that's when Coach Pitts also signed 13 players at a go.
Yeah.
So everybody's fighting for their position. I think he came back at the right time. But what also for now, what I liked about Denis was he became this coachable player. He became a player that we can rely on. And also he, even though he speaks about people around him, also you look at the goalkeepers that he was working with at the time, even though they're fighting for the same positions. But I believe that iron sharpens iron. They were helping each other to become better, because I knew that whenever we played in Africa, when we want to delay a game, we know who we're playing. We play Mnyumba because he knows he's got the tactics, he knows how to delay the game. Yeah. But when we play a team that is good in crosses, that want Denis to fetch those balls in the air, Denis is there. Penalties, we know that Denis is there. Yeah. So it became one of those things. So I think for Denis to be the most decorated player, not goalkeeper, but the most decorated player in South Africa, all the youngsters that are being loaned out, all the youngsters that have been moving around, the goalkeepers that are not getting opportunity to play, they need to look at Denis, they look at the perseverance and the longevity, the reason why he's still here, for the reason why the trophy sitting next to
Yeah.
him. It's, as a player, you need to understand. You need to be coachable. You need to be open-minded to be evolved all the time and become a better player.
Yeah, amazing. We listen. I was listening to an old interview of Coach Pito, and he'd speak about, when we play away there in Africa, the ball boys disappear.
Yeah.
They just disappear. But we now come to a stage whereby you've played and seen that there, and this trophy sits here now. How high does this rank for you personally in all the trophies in your cabinet?
And especially winning it against the North Africans,
Yes.
it's massive, because one would say that it's 8 teams and all that noise, but I mean, it's an African trophy, recognized by FIFA.
Yeah.
I mean, you see the FIFA page every day posting about the African football. So for me, it's a top trophy. I think just after the Champions League, it is this trophy, the African Football League trophy. And I'm grateful that I'm at the club that has won it first.
Yes.
First Ugandan to win the African Football Trophy, just like the Champions League. I was the first Ugandan, so I appreciate the opportunity that was given me by the club, and it's not easy because you don't know when you're gonna play it again. You might play football for the rest of your life and don't get the opportunity to play in this league. I mean, Teko was a great footballer, but unfortunately retired without playing in the African Football League, and he's won everything. So. You need to appreciate the opportunity given to you to be part of the group that has won a big trophy like this. I mean, I've not seen the FIFA president coming to the to the finals of
I thought you were going to say I haven't seen the FIFA president.
No, coming to the
finals.
Come on. No. But it shows how massive this trophy is, and it means a lot. Imagine young Mabena, what is he going to tell his classmates at school in future? What is he going to talk about? He was the youngest player on to win this trophy, and I'm privileged also. I'm the oldest player to win this trophy, so it's massive, and I appreciate it. And of course we have to go for it again and again, but it's not easy. We took our chance. We played the 3 teams that eliminated this in the last 3 editions of the Champions League, and for us it's one of the best things.
You speak about going for it again and again and again, and there's a conversation we also had with Thapelo Morena where he speaks about he wants another trophy. He wants the next trophy as well, as much as he wanted it the first time. What drives you guys so much to want it so much? Because we speak about you being the most decorated player in the PSL, but you're still speaking about going at it again and again and again.
Well, in football you need to have targets, and at the end of your career, you need to show something that I played, I won such and such trophies, and these are the things that drive us. Of course, some finish football without winning, and unfortunately not everyone will win, but you must have the hunger all the time and the mentality to win. It's not easy. You saw how the game was difficult on the weekend, and you need to have that winning mentality with you. Teko knows how we went to play the Champions League in Congo, and the ball can't go straight. You must play ping pong, but you must win. You must win. You must find all means to win the game. And the North Africans do what they were receiving on the weekend, and they don't like it.
No, they don't.
No one likes
how
it.
Aggressive they got about it.
Yeah, but they do the same.
Yes.
If someone starts criticizing, no, you were doing this and that. Okay, have you seen what they do when they go there that side? So you must win at all costs. You find a way of winning. In football, some teams prefer playing from the back and building up to go and win the game. Some prefer long balls, some prefer crossing. So it doesn't matter how you win, as long as you win. So you must make any move to win, and we did our part. We scored 2 goals, and for me it was incredible from the guys, and the support was there. I mean, the stadium was full. At one stage people were just standing next to the wall fence.
It was amazing.
All yellow, which was amazing, and we loved it.
And I just also want to ask Denis, because this is a conversation we had a couple of weeks ago with Naves. Are we slowly, I just want to see your thought or hear your thought about it. Do you slowly see Sundowns as the most dominant team in Africa, just like how we saw Al Ahly for so many years?
Yes.
Do you think we're really into that space now?
We are in that space because there is no country that you go to and they don't talk about Sundown. The playing style, the winning mentality, and for people pay for beautiful football. And that's what the coach is doing. You must give people good football so that they come back and watch again. Of course, with good, beautiful football, you must also
have the results.
Because no one remembers the beautiful football without the results. But we're trying to do that. The North Africans were doing that. They were playing beautiful football and winning the trophies, and we're getting into that space as well. And we're getting there. So, for me, I think we're dominating. Everyone is hunting for us at the moment. Everyone says we want to beat Sundown. So we are the talking point at the moment, and I think the club has done that very well in terms of promoting beautiful football and winning mentality, because it's very, very, very important for us to keep winning.
But then, like Neves just said, you speak about keep winning. Tapelo Mbrana also speaks about keep winning. And Tapelo also has been in Sundowns for so long. He's won so many trophies. Then how do you then assume this role of a senior player to talk to the Mabenas, to have the same mentality, to Masekos, the ones that are new, that have never been in a position to win trophies? Then how do you then inspire those to have the same mentality that Sundowns has instilled in us when we got here?
Yeah, it's not easy, but you need to take up the senior role as a senior player and have that respect from the youngsters, because if you do not behave the right way, no young player will listen to you. So when the players come in, the Mabenas, we install the winning mentality in them by talking to them, making them aware how important it is to win at Sundown, because I've been at Sundown and I've seen the team not winning a trophy. When I came first, the team was not winning a trophy for a very long time, and it was not good for the club, it was not good for the players, and we had the quality. But as time went on, we all started believing that we can win, not to play individual football, but to play as a group and as a team, and support each other, regardless whether you're on the pitch or you're outside or you're in the stands. We all aim for the same goal, and I think that has really, really helped us, and to stay grounded, because the boys know what winning is and losing is. So we try as much as possible to keep ourselves happy by winning. If you don't win at Sundown, a draw is like a loss. So the more we win, the more we are happy. So we speak to the boys, get to their level of understanding the game, and we also give them the bigger picture, because the coach can't do that alone. He's busy with the tactics. As senior players, we have to help with the change room and manage the players, where to go. Of course, they know where to go, and we can't control that, but we have to give them the information that it's not as safe as you think out there. Focus on your game. You will get time for that, because after retirement, Teko will tell you he has all the time to go anywhere.
Teko, where have you been going?
I don't know where he's going, but
Teko, tell us where you've been going.
Time in the world to go everywhere. So this opportunity that you have, everyone wants to play for the biggest clubs. But if you blow it away, there's someone out there waiting for the opportunity to come and show what he can do.
And they'll take it.
Yeah, and they will take it with both hands. So if you have it here, young Mabena at 16, it's a huge opportunity for him, and he can stay 1 season, 2 seasons, and goes to Europe, because it's quality. But if he doesn't look after himself, and these are the things we need to preach to the young ones, that it's possible. Do not be a prisoner here. Aim for higher grounds.
Keep dreaming.
Keep going. I mean, it's possible. Percy has done it, but you need to learn from such people, and you move on and make life easy for yourself in the future.
Yeah, I think there's so many examples of that you've just brought up, like Percy and recently Cash Money. And it was also amazing to see him at the game.
It was very beautiful.
Coach Rulani spoke to us as well, and said to us the importance of senior players in the team, because it says if you have a good bunch of leaders outside of the coaching stuff, but as players, it's easier then to shape the team on how you should behave, how you should play, and direct this thing further.
It's very important to have senior players, but not all senior players are
taking up that role.
Because some senior players might be a little bit selfish and they want things for themselves, but at Sundown, I think it's because we win as a team, we lose as a team, and we don't point fingers. So as a senior player, you need to be a very good example. You can't tell the player not to do this and you're doing it. So the young ones have to listen to you, but that comes with a lot of respect they have for you and the leadership, because if they say go around with 10 laps and you go for 3 laps, but you want the youngster to do it, it's going to be very difficult. So we need to lead by example and help the team to win as much as we can, because it's not easy to get a youngster and tell him to do something, because he has a longer playing a spell ahead of him.
Yeah.
If he sees you in a different way, it's going to be very difficult for him to accept what you tell him. But we need to lead by example and try and manage the players the way they are, because they have problems. Everyone has problems, and they are people.
Yeah.
You can't be chasing them around. You need to ask him, how you feeling? How can we help you? Where can we help? If he's not happy with the coach, we speak to him and tell him how it is. I mean, it's never going to be easy with the coaches, because the coach is not there to be loved.
No.
The coach is there to make you work. If he doesn't get the results, he's fired. So the player has to help the coach become better, but the coach is also helping the player to become better. No coach wants a player to be a loser. So as senior players, it's our role to help the youngsters, to help the team, and especially the change room, because sometimes the change room gets a little bit messy, but you need a player who's within the change room and a senior player to talk to them and bring them together and them to believe that it's possible.
Yeah, because I think within the season itself, with a lot of games that have been played, there's got to be challenges. There's going to be moments when, as a player, you feel like, things are not going well, whether the results are coming in or not.
Yeah.
Because with Sundowns is you feel better after winning, of course, but also you feel great after winning, playing the way that you're supposed to play. So at times with all those different emotions, sometimes you're gonna feel like things are not going well. That's when then the senior players need to always gather around, calm the situation down, make sure that there's a harmony within the dressing room. And also now, when it comes to the training sessions, you need to train the way you play. You can't train half and then expecting the game to give 100%, because now you're shocking your body. You've never asked for your body to do this before. So it becomes so important for the Denis and them, and also the Mnyumba, because it's just new from retirement, so he still form part of the players, could still play himself. And also Mshishi assuming this senior role. It's great to see, because at one stage, Mshishi was Mabena. Not in the age sense, but he was Mabena, very quiet there in the corner. He just wants to play football. He doesn't want to say anything. And now he's a leader that is controlling also in the dressing room, so it's amazing.
It's been very difficult. It's been very difficult the past few months, because last season we only won 1 trophy. We lost the final recently, and we lost the black label. So it's been very, very difficult for us to start again. But we had the opportunity to play in the African Football League. And we stayed away for a whole month. We focused on 1 trophy. And you see, it's very difficult to keep the players focused, especially when you're in camp for like 2 weeks. We went to Egypt and then Morocco. People get fed up of the same faces, but it's the responsibility of the senior players to make sure that everyone is happy, and a happy camp will always give you results.
You came into, I think, football when what social media wasn't what it is today.
There was no Twitter then.
There was
Uganda,
SMS.
there was no
just SMS.
Only SMS, and you have to pay for that SMS. So I mean, you can only SMS me when you have my number, but now you can get to me even when you don't have my number.
And we're now in a situation where social media is once again speaks to accessibility. How are you finding it? First, let's start there before my next question.
Social media is a very difficult space. I mean, and I feel sorry for the youngsters, because they have to deal with this thing for the rest of their playing careers. Unfortunately, that's how life is. When we were playing, I mean, no one had time for social media. It was the radio and TV, and not a lot of people will come to you. But it's very difficult at the moment, especially even when you win. People will come at you and make you feel bad, and that causes a lot of depression in a lot of people. If you're not strong, social media can break you. Even if it makes you, but it will break you at one point. So the best thing is to try and control your emotions and probably stay away from a little bit of social media and focus more on your football, because it's not easy. But that's the way life is at the moment. I mean, we moved on from the phones with the buttons to the touch screens. So you can't avoid it. You must just know how to manage yourself and control the emotions. It's very, very important to control emotions, because you might quit football if you look at social media and start reading what people are saying because
about you and stuff.
it might be the person next to you who's talking bad about you, but
Yeah.
you don't know because they use different
Names and things like that.
So all you need to do is do your part, give your best, and the rest will look after itself.
Yeah, I ask this because I can imagine mentally like what a mind shift it has to be, having gone from, that, okay, I might make the back page if I have a crazy save on Sunday, but now it's immediate. If you save it now, 10 seconds later, it's on social media and it's being discussed. At that point, you are still playing the game.
Yeah.
The game is not over yet.
Yeah.
Then after the game, 10 other saves have been put up and people are discussing it. Like, he saved it, but he could have done this better.
Yeah, it's difficult, but that's the way life is at the moment. People want quick results. They want things to happen like Superman, and it can't happen, but the platform is open for everyone to say whatever he wants.
Yeah.
You can't control that platform, but all you need to do is always give your best. Of course, things will go wrong at some point in life. You can't have a perfect game every day. You can't have a 90 minutes without giving the ball away, but the only thing that causes that is because you want to give the best to the club, and you always try new things. And when you try new things, if it works out, you are the best. If it doesn't work out,
You're the
then
worst.
you're the worst. And then they discuss you the entire continent, and that's how life is. But you just have to give your best.
Is there a game, sorry Tako, is there a game that sticks out to you that you're like, "Phew, they hammered me on social media for this game"? Or is there something that like maybe, on social media that came up to you and just like you remember it? Although sure, I mean, we get over things.
Yeah.
It happens, we build tough skin and we get over it. But is there one that comes top of mind?
Yeah, there are a couple of games. I mean, every player, every goalkeeper makes mistakes in the game, and you can never find a goalkeeper. In a season, you'll have 1 or 2, 3 mistakes, and sometimes they result into a goal, sometimes they don't score, but we are humans, we make mistakes. But I think it was the game we played, Al Ahly, where I missed the ball, the flight of the ball, and they scored the second goal. I mean, everyone was on my case, but I knew what I'm capable of, and I moved on because only if you say I've quit this thing, that's when you're gonna stop making mistakes, or you don't play at all, that's when you're gonna stop making mistakes. But for me, it doesn't break me. It actually makes me stronger because I learn from these things. I don't think I can concede the same goal like the way I conceded in that game. So you learn from them. People make it a joke about you, but I mean, it's
makes you
only
better.
us that can be made jokes out of. We can't make jokes out of them because they are not being seen everywhere.
100%.
So it's them.
It's the truth, though.
It's them against
that's
us, and they have the opportunity. I mean, they get more following when someone says Denis is this and that. He gets more
Keyboard thugs.
comments. He's this. He gets more talking points. Let's discuss this. I mean, you're discussing me without involving me, so it's difficult, but that's how life is. We can't change it.
Can't run away from it.
Yeah. We have to deal with it and give our best.
And I just wanted to interject on that, Uti. Sometimes especially we're having so many young players within the team. Young players need to be reminded that you don't need validation from the social medias. Don't play a game just to quickly run there to see what the comments
are they saying about me?
So I think that's the biggest problem, because once they say something that you don't like, that thing it becomes very difficult to come out of your system, because fans don't understand and don't know that the first person that you criticize is yourself as a person that made a mistake. Before you can even read about it, when Denis made that blunder, he knew that he made the blunder first. He criticized himself first. So once you run into the social media platforms and trying to see what they say, at times it breaks so many people. And for youngsters that are unfortunately in this situation, I would say I'm advised go on. Just run away from that thing.
I think
not a
also
safe space.
the clubs must help in that aspect. Come and speak to the players, because before there was no social media. But at SuperSport, you remember, Teko, they brought us people who could talk to us about how's it called, about your life in football on and off the pitch, and life skills.
Yeah, life skills.
I think it was called life skills. So you know how to handle all the situations, how to speak to the media, how to speak to the supporters, and you know how to manage yourself. But right now there's social media where you must know how to speak to them, what to post, when to post it, is it the right moment, is everyone focusing on something else?
It's so much more.
Yeah, it's a lot, but the clubs must help players. Otherwise, players are going to be depressed all the time. You play one good game, you play one bad game, you disappear because they're going to talk about you. You're waiting for another moment. So it's difficult. But if clubs try and introduce people to speak to players about social media, it will also help the players to try and control their emotions, because at the end of the day, we are also human, regardless of the talent.
Yes,
we have a life as well. So if you attack me on social media, my son has a phone.
He's going to see it.
He's going to see it. You're calling me whatever you want to call me, but I also need to know when to control it, when to post, when to have a joke. Because we, as much as they're enjoying it, we must also enjoy it. It's everyone's space. So it's up to the clubs to try and help players to stay focused and not get depressed about what people are talking about them.
There's a 15, 16-year-old boy in the academy that wants to be the next number one goalkeeper for his club, country, and possibly even move abroad. What would you say to that child, just to that development player, he or she, just to keep them motivated and working hard and looking ahead?
I think youngsters should just focus on the game and be coachable, as Steko said, because lately you might find a youngster who thinks he knows everything, and you can't know everything. The coach will know most of the part of the game because he sees you training, he watches videos of you playing and training, so you can't know everything. But the moment you allow yourselves to be coachable and learn and be able to work hard, because if you don't work hard, nothing will come to you, because as much as you have the quality, the talent, even Teko had the quality, the talent dribbling, but he had to run. I mean, you must put the energy in and be a good human being. I think it's very, very important. And be humble, because youngsters lately might want to be the best, but it's about them, not the team. And you can't be alone on the pitch.
Yeah,
you must work with your teammates to become the best. You can't say I'm the best, but the rest are not good. So you can only be as good as your team or your teammates. So they just need to work hard, stay focused, and give their best on the pitch when given the opportunity, because there are a lot of people who are waiting for that opportunity.
and they want that.
And they want it. If you give it away, they will take it with both hands and smiling, and your talent will go down the drain. So it's very difficult to maintain it, but it's possible. They must just stay focused and have goals for their lives and have the right people around them, because you might find someone who has the wrong people around him and it disturbs their career.
Dennis, in I think 2021, you called an end to your international career. One of the worst questions I think anyone can ask is, how much longer do you still feel you have in you? But what then informed your decision to say, look, I've given Uganda my best, and I want to focus on club football?
Yeah, with the national team, it was. I think it was about time, because traveling around the continent, especially Africa, it's very, very difficult.
Yeah.
It's exhausting, and with the schedule that Sundowns has, it's very difficult to manage both of them. I used to go to the national team and I take 2 more days before coming back, because we traveled somewhere and there's a flight delay and there's ticket problems. So it affected me as a person, it affected the team, it affects the performance of the team, because the coach has to plan the game and the training session based on the players he has. And I had stayed at the national team for quite a while, and I saw that it was about time for me to allow youngsters to come in, and they build another team, a new team. And of course, we failed to go to the 3rd AFCON, and I felt like I let the country down. As a captain by that time of the national team, I felt we had a chance to play. I mean, we had Malawi, South Sudan in the group, and Burkina Faso, and we failed to qualify. For me, I felt like it was a failure for me, letting the country down. But as much as I wanted to retire, the longevity I had at the national team was enough for me to say it's time for me to focus on the club. And I was also aging, because the more you travel, the body says no.
You're aging quicker.
Yeah. So I had to let go one part of my life, and that was the national team, and focus on helping the club to win as much as possible, because this is my daily bread at the club. And they were having issues with me all the time. Every time I go to the national team and coming back, they say, Dennis, you're the first one to leave but last one to come back. So it affects the club, and now it affects me, because if I don't go in camp, I'm losing money, because hey, we're here to work. I'm losing money, and it doesn't
money, Baba.
Money.
The money story.
Yeah, it's very important. Everyone looks for this thing called money. And when you let it go, it doesn't come back to you. Someone else takes it. So I had to let go of one side of my playing career. That's the national team, which has given me incredible opportunities, and I've won a lot of things with them. And focus on helping the club, and also look after my body as well. Otherwise, I wouldn't be still on the pitch at the age of 38. I would have retired earlier. But it's the way I look after myself, and of course, I'll see about my retirement at the end of the season. Maybe someone might say, yeah, we can give you 3 months more. 3 months more.
You hinty.
Yeah. But I still have the energy. I work the same way Ronwen works. Jody works. Riyadh works. So why not? Given the opportunity, I have to give my best. But it's also up to the club to say, look, we're looking into something else. It's either you move on. And I also have to take a decision, because I have to look at what next for me. What next for Dennis after football, whether I also join the podium or go to Uganda and organize something. But I'm also in the process of coaching and learning all these things, because you must give back to football. Football has been very good to me.
That's true.
Since the age of 5, 6, 7, I've been in football. So I need to give back to the community, to the country, either to the club that has looked after me all my life. So it's not easy, but you need to plan all these things before it's time.
Yeah.
Money as a motivator?
Mara leaves.
No, but we had Mauta here. He told us. Mauta said, I played football for money. I want money. Don't tell me anything else. Give me money.
But we are working.
No doubt.
At the end of the month, the money must come.
Yeah.
So for me, I think you must have the passion for football.
Yeah.
And you are paid because you must win.
Yes.
And you are winning. So at the end of the day, money is very important. So the more you play, the more you win. You must get the money. And I want the money. Everyone wants the money. We won 75 million. Is it 75 million?
76.
76.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine I'm cutting 1 million.
Have you
off.
calculated
But
already?
we were there. I mean, these are 5 league titles, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you know how difficult it is to win 5 league titles? It's very difficult.
Yeah.
We took a shortcut, but very difficult shortcut.
Yeah.
Very, very difficult.
So you've calculated already?
Yes. Before you start the journey, you must know
But you
how
have
much
to.
petrol you put in the car.
You have to.
So that's money.
Yeah.
And I also think that because the times we used to be shy to speak about the money and bonuses
Yes.
and Sundowns.
Yeah.
And when Coach Pizzo came back, he started emphasizing, guys, you need to speak about it. And it's okay to speak about it because all of us are working. So don't be shy to speak about it, but don't be shy to want for more money. But for you to get more money, you must work more. So you used to like preach, or guys, money is important. And if football disturbs your life, go be a bank teller and count other people's money.
Yeah, and it's not your money, by the way. But you're giving out money that is not yours. So life is like that. You get rewards for what you've worked for. And with the traveling, we go around. I mean, we traveled from Morocco to here for 10, 11 hours. And you're sitting there, you're up and down. It's very difficult. Someone would think, they are sitting in the
They're
in
having
the
fun.
It's fun, it's nice. Okay, come, let's go. Come, let's go. You'll tell me. When you lie down on your bed, you'll be gone in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
So it's not easy. But at the end of the day, you get reward like this trophy for working that extremely hard. We were away from our families for close to 2 weeks. I mean, you know how much you're missing to raise your kids.
Yeah.
And people are paying probably houses that they don't sleep in.
In.
It's very difficult. So money is very, very important, and that's why they say, win the trophy, get the money.
Yeah.
If you don't win, who pays for nothing?
Yeah.
No one pays for nothing, so it's like that.
I saw one of I think he's an old American football player, and he said they moved him to a different city, traded him to a team, and he stayed at the stadium for 2.5 years because he was like, no, there's no ways I'm going to be spending all of this money on rent and stuff,
Choco,
or something like that.
Yeah.
So he stayed at the club. Because it's like at the club, there's food, there's 3 meals a day, there's showers, there's a place to sleep, there's Wi-Fi. Where am I going?
Yeah.
Until they said to him, bro, we're checking the cameras and you don't seem to leave here. What's happening with you? And he was like, no, just stay here. So when you put it like that you actually have people paying for apartments, houses that they don't stay in, you know. I'm not saying you must stay at Totco.
No.
I've
I've got a lot of kids that can't stay at Totco. So, but it's very important to look into all these things. And we're playing for a short time. I mean, you can imagine if I've played for 15 years professional football, and how long am I living?
Yeah.
You must make as much money as possible that will last you after football, because people out there, they look at you and say, but what happened? What did he do with his money? So they don't look at you that you won. No, what did he do
with his money?
Yeah, with his money, but when you're playing, they say, no, but why do you pay them that much?
Yeah.
But when after football and things are not going well, they say, but what did he do? So as much money as you can, you save it, you put it somewhere, whatever you want to do with your money, it's your issue. But money is very, very important in football. Otherwise, we would play the DStv Premiership for nothing.
Yeah.
They say, just play for the trophy.
And that's it.
But hey, it adds something. We have bills to pay.
100%. Denis, thank you very much for your time. We really do appreciate having you here on the Pitchside Podcast. I think in the next time we have you here, we must start talking about your ideas and thoughts on what teams maybe need to do more for players. I mean, you've spoken about the life skills.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the money talks and take it further than that.
Yeah, no, thanks for having me. I call it the podium in the change room, but the podcast.
Who's going to the podium?
Yeah, it also teaches me English, more English, more English than that side. Yeah, we speak broken English. That side, it makes it easy for us to gel. Yeah. But thanks for having me. It's also very important to teach youngsters how to manage such things, because
100%.
At the end of the day, there'll be panelists, they'll be working somewhere, and they need to share these stories. Football is more like life. Whatever you see in football, it's out there. Action, drama. I won't say romance, but there is romance in football.
Deco has proven
you see,
romance.
There's everything.
What do you mean? Have you not proven that there's romance in football?
In what sense?
I don't know.
No, as a footballer.
Yeah.
That's not the type of show we're doing.
Yeah.
This is the Pitchside Podcast. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave us your comments. Pitchside Podcast.
You like spice, man, bruh.